This is a nice sunny day, so I thought I'd give it a try and show you my digital sundial. So as you can see it, right now it's actually 341, but I have it sitting on this turntable so that I can change it fairly quickly. So you can see as the sun goes across the sky, you can see the minutes would step down through from one to the next. You can see the hour hand changes from one. The minute hands or the minute numbers are keeping track of things in 15-minute increments. Right now, the way that this one's configured is it does, 15-minute increments on the minutes, and then I have 6 hours of the hour hand. So you can see as it's transitioning through all of its different ranges. So you might be wondering, how does this actually work? Like, why does it, behave the way it does? So the way that this works, let me turn it around so you can see the backside. Basically, what there are is just these really thin little slots on this backside, and you can kind of see that they're there, and they're spaced here so that the patterns don't interfere with each other, and that allows each hour hand or each hour digit to be different. And that little slot casts a beam of light, and that beam of light moves across. And as it goes from one edge of the front to the other edge, it hits a mask on the other side, and then the light either shines through because there's no mask there, or it gets blocked by the mask. And then as the sun sweeps across over the 6 hours, the beam of light just sweeps from one side to the other. So the hour hand, you can see the spacing for each of these is about that far, and that's how far the sun travels, given this distance, this thickness. But if I go to the minute hand, you can see the minute hand, those slots are a lot closer, and the way that is being done is so that since the minute hands repeat every hour, I have a set of slots that'll show it for this hour, and then as you advance, it'll shift, and then you'll use one slot for that used to be the outside edge will now be the inside edge, be one over from the outside edge, and then it'll pick up another slot as it goes around, and it'll just keep going back and forth. And then each of the masks to display the numbers is just shifted by a quarter of the distance between each of these slots, so that they show up in 15-minute increments. So that's how it works. Like I said, the trick is to be able to print these slots really, really thin on a 3D printer and not have your slicer close them up or the printer glue them together. So the trick for me was to make sure that you printed it with this face on the build surface, and then turn off or adjust the elephant foot so that you get the thickness. So you get basically a small fraction of a millimeter slot at each one. And then that combination, if you set them the right distance apart from each other, can tell time fairly well. Now, this is just a demonstration stand. To be an accurate timepiece, you have to tilt this whole thing a particular angle given your longitude, and then twist it left and right so that it shows the right time, all while the gnomon itself is pointing to the true north. But if you just like the idea of it, and you're not looking for an accurate timepiece, then just putting it on this demonstration stand is one way of doing it. I've taken that same technology and applied it to a couple other things. So like here, instead of displaying time, I just have it display a bunch of different messages. So I've got 4 different movie quotes that I've put on there, and then as the sun progresses around, it'll show the different movie quotes at different times, and it'll repeat after it does it 4 times. Here you don't care about the time, so it's perfectly fine to have it in just this horizontal or vertical position, and you can see that the messages show up at various times. I've also tried using this same thing to do what I consider to be an acronym. So you can see, I'm a first mentor, so their first stands for inspiration and recognition in science and technology. So I have created this highlighting acronym so that it'll go around, and it uses all the same technology, just it just puts the grid that I had for the minute hand across the entire back instead of just over the minutes. And then I just picked a thickness that was thick enough that it would just stand, and allows you to easily manipulate it. These things themselves, just like the sundial itself, they just kind of come apart into 2 clamshells. So like one that's the thing that generates the slots, and the other one that has the masking, so that it says what it displays at what time. So hopefully that was helpful, and you'll be able to find this up on the web. Thanks.